Hi all, welcome back. This module is dedicated to explain SQL constraint. So by using SQL constraint, we could define the kind of data that you are going to save inside a table. So far we use sample table. We inserted any data. There was no restriction. Now we are going to see how we could restrict the kind of data, or how we could limit the type of data that we gonna save inside a table. So let's see a sample use cases. Assume we are going to create a table called a table employee. There we are going to save few details about the employee. First we are going to save employee number, employee name, job, hire date, month of join, salary and phone number. Employee number is a unique number assigned to each employee. Employee name or e-name is the name of the employee. Then job is the title of the job. Then hire date, the date of join, then month of join, then salary and phone number. So these are the few data we are going to save inside a table employee. So select the statement and create the table by executing the create table statement. So once you execute, you could see a new table is created. And now we are going to insert some dummy data. So I'm going to insert some 5 records. So you could find the script at the resource section of this video. So let's select the first 5 records and I'm going to execute this. Now we inserted 5 records. Now if you select the table, say table employee, script to select, you could see we could execute this statement and see there are 5 records are there, and all the data looks perfectly alright. There are 5 records: employee name, manager or job title, then hire date, month of join, salary and phone number. Now I'm going to insert some more data. This data contains some bad information or improper information. So I'm going to select this 6 record and I'm going to execute this. Now we inserted 6 more records. Now if you execute the select statement, you could see total 11 records are there. For the record ID or employee ID 6, we don't have any name. So in an organization, we expect each employee should have a name, but for the record 6, we don't have any name because we don't restrict the table what kind of data we are going to insert. That's why it allows us to insert any kind of data. So we want to restrict this kind of information. Say we must make sure that employee name should not be null. Similarly, if you look at the employee number 9, you could see the salary is -200. That is also unacceptable. We should have some positive number as a salary. We can't insert some negative number as salary. Similarly, if you look at the data, say employee 5 and employee number 5 is repeating. So we can't insert or we can't assign an employee number which is already assigned to some other employee. Similarly, you could see employee 9 is repeating. So we can't assign already assigned employee number to some other employee. So we should restrict this column as unique. We must restrict or make sure that this column contain some value, at least some character. It should not be null. Similarly, we want to make sure that this character, number of character must be greater than 3. We can't insert ABC or single character as a name. At least 3 characters should be there. Similarly, age should be or salary should be a positive number. So this kind of restriction can be achieved by using constraint, SQL constraint. So let's go back to the slide and see which are the SQL constraints are there. The first SQL constraint that we are going to talk about is not null. So if you specify a column as not null, say for example employee name, we must insert some kind of value. We can't let it blank. Similarly, we have a constraint called unique. So if you specify a column as unique, we must insert unique data. Say for example employee number. So if you assign a column as unique, say for example employee number, you can't use the data which is already there. Similarly, unique and not null, if you are combining these two, say for example a column you want to make sure that that is not null and as well as unique, you could use primary key. So by using primary key, we will make sure that this column contain unique as well as not null value. In the case of unique, it will allow one row or one record as null value. Then foreign key is there. Say for example, foreign key we could use to reference some data in another table or same table. Say for example, you are going to insert some employee details under some manager. Then the manager ID should be already exist. Then only you will be able to insert employee under the manager. Similarly, you are going to insert some value into a state table under some country. Then the country name should exist in the country table. Then only you will be able to insert this state name is under USA or under UK, because UK or USA should be already there. Then only you will be able to insert some value under some other. So foreign key, make sure that referential integrity, the data is already there in some other table. Similarly, we have check constraint. So by using check, we could make sure that the kind of data, say for example, employee name should be some 3 character long, or salary should be positive, or age value should be between 0 to 120 or 130. Some kind of restriction we could make sure. Similarly, we have default constraint is there. So if you are not specifying any value at the time of insertion, the default value will be inserted for the record. So if you could specify any value, and if you are not specifying any value, the default value will be inserted into the table. Similarly, we have index is there, and index we could use to make sure that data retrieval more faster. So this is an advanced section that we will explain some other module. So let's start our first constraint called not null. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.